right, welcome everybody to Loop Commons. Vince Duvall with the Eagles Nest podcast.
And I'm Brad Brewer with all those wonderful things he said. Sorry, I was watching myself on camera to make sure that we are live on Facebook and that we can hear each other.
Mute that.
And you can hear us. So yes, we are live. I'm going to keep the information up. So you can live chat us. You can put in comments if you have questions. I'm the only one viewing currently, which is okay because that's normal. Let's rock.
Mute that so I don't hear it.
Well, I mean, you're really picky.
Yeah, I know. All right. So I'm Vince Duvall with Eagle Homes and Caldwell Bankers. We're here at Loop Commons.
As we always are, I'm enjoying the delicious coffee that Bevan brews up for us.
It's awesome.
I mean, he brews it up and sells it too, so feel free to come by. Sounds pretty awesome.
So want to throw it out there for those that are watching. Every week we do this Monday mornings, 9 a.m. We missed the last couple weeks due to some vacation, sickness, things like that.
Mhm.
But we want to, make sure those that are watching know that if you want to jump on this podcast, share your business with other locals around the community, you are more than welcome to shoot us a message. We'd love to have you on. It's, we can either come to you or you can just jump on the Zoom. This is a Zoom feed, so pretty easy to do. And with that being said, we have a special guest next week, right?
We do. I was going to wait till the end to announce it, but
No, let's
let's do it now.
Yeah.
Mike Spiegelhoff, formerly of Gooseberries, now of Mobile Bogies, is going to be joining us live to talk about his Mobile Bogies business. I know he has a business partner, but I'll let him talk about that. And they are currently set up in the upper level of Low Daily, one of our lovely brewery establishments in town. Mike's going to join us next week, so we're going to get to talk about one of Vince and I's other loves, other than real estate, our wives, kids, family, that kind of stuff. Maybe some of our friends. I'm not sure if you're lucky. Mike's going to join us. We're going to talk about his business. We're going to talk about golf, all the different things they offer as far as, it's a simulator. So golf simulators are very popular, great place for golfers in wintry states to kind of keep their game as sharp as possible.
Yeah. You know what? I think we should throw, anybody that watches the podcast next week will, Eagle Homes will throw a little discount in there for anybody that mentions us after watching the podcast. Now, there's going to be something at the end of the podcast that you're going to have to know to say, hey, XYZ. But we got to work that out with Mike first. But I think we can make that happen.
I think we can make it happen, or maybe we'll come up with some sort of partial contribution. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
So for one lucky viewer of this lovely podcast.
That's it too. It's not a bad thing.
So that's next week. This week, we're going to talk about some cool stuff that goes across all businesses. And, we'll speak to how we use it in our real estate business, but I think it's, it definitely goes across, and it'd be cool to listen to other people and how they use these two things in their business, which is automation, automated processes and procedures and communications. It's kind of like, I guess it's kind of a weird topic or kind of a title, but so we're going to go over a couple different things and how we automate our business in real estate. And we do it through those two forms. We use it in our processes and procedures. We use it also in our client communications and things like that.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about some of those things today. I'm going to kick it off with a very common one that's actually super helpful to our clients out there.
Yep.
Not only our buyers, but also our sellers. And that's our property search portal.
Which is, it is so intuitive. It's backed by AI. It's very user-friendly. So touch on it a little bit, and then we can kind of talk about the pros and cons of ours versus some others.
So for those that don't know, and I'm already laughing because I had a situation where this came up last week where, agents use different varieties of property searches. So if you as a buyer say, hey, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, blah, 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 this type or this type, we get your wants and needs essentially to dumb it down. We go a lot further than that, but that's the basis of it. And then some agents set it up in MLS, some set it up in, a lot of people I know search in Zillow and stuff like that. Well, we use a company called Real Scout. It's pulls all the listings out of the MLS. MLS feeds it, the multiple listing service, for those that don't know what MLS stands for. And what's different about Real Scout is it's got some automated communications, which MLS has to a degree directly, and Zillow does too. So when the property comes up, based on the search, it sends you a message of, hey, this one fits your criteria.
Right.
And then the communications can look like they're coming from us. The funny thing is, people think that is our listings. Some people, I had a message from a guy. I don't know who the agent was. I don't know what I don't remember the property address. Actually, he did it twice. He sends me a message and says, wow, this is ridiculously overpriced. No, I just replied back, I agree, because I thought it was. And 2 days later, he sends me another message. You people are ridiculous. I can't believe you could get $310,000. It was some house in Kenosha where I was like, yeah, I kind of agree. I agreed again. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna sell it for 310. Like, I think it's way off. I thought it was like maybe a 260 house based on what I saw online. So finally, I replied to the guy. The other day, I just replied back, I agree. So I figured I'd listen. I'd clue him in. It's like, hey, just so you know, that search and setup is you're getting listings that aren't just ours, but that this isn't my listing. It's all listings that fit your search criteria that come into MLS through then our Real Scout app. He never did reply because it's not a client I'm currently working with. It's just a guy that's online right now, kind of just monitoring the market and stuff like that.
On one of our automations.
On one of our automations. So a couple different things there. So automation can work against you if you're not clarifying, but just so you guys know, if you got searches set up there, depending on it, it's not just those agents.
Right.
We have access to everything. We can show you anything, but so property searches is one. We use Real Scout. The other thing I like about Real Scout is it learns. So it's got, I don't know if I'd say it's got artificial intelligence to it, but it learns based on how you give certain features of a home, interior, exterior, a thumbs up, thumbs down. It'll start telling you when it sends you properties that fit your criteria. Hey, this has a couple of your thumbs down, this has a couple of your thumbs up. So it learns. And then our communication can be automated through there, but it's also manual. So I can message you right through Real Scout. One of my clients, they don't even text me. We just message back and forth through Real Scout. So that's one of our automated forms of communication that we use is property searches.
Yep. And those property searches, even though we typically set them up for you, you can adjust them as the end user. So you can change, maybe we set the price point at 300,000, for example, and you're like, oh, I'm actually approved up to 375. You can go in there and modify that search so that you're getting the searches that best fit your needs, which is a great little feature. Also, once you put that you're not interested in a property, it pulls that property out of your search. So it also makes it, very intuitive in that. So you're not seeing the same property, over and over again, which is nice. A couple key notes with the property searches. When you're looking at them, if it says contingent with offer or accepted offer, what that means is that there's an offer on that, you can still see it online, but more than likely they're still working through the final details of getting it to the closing table, but they've agreed on a price in terms on that house. Maybe they're just inspections left, financing, appraisal, things like that. So,
Exactly.
Just kind of keep that in mind as you look at it. If it says contingent with offer, more than likely you're not going to want to see it.
Now, Vince, I don't know what you do. There is a feature within Real Scout and other search tools such as Real
Yep.
Scout where you can not show offers on homes that have accepted offers on
Correct.
that are contingent. I personally send those also to my client because deals do fall apart.
Yep.
So I always tell my clients, you're going to get some, I show them where it's at. If it says active with offer or contingent with offer, that means it does have an accepted offer on it. We're probably not going to waste your time going to look at it. But if you wanted to save it because it's one you're interested in, you'll also be notified then through the automation portion that home has gone back active.
Right.
It means the current deal fell through, and then we can maybe go see it.
Yep.
I know, and you do this too, that what we'll also do is sometimes if you're interested, we'll call the listing agent and check and they're not gonna give us huge detail. We'll just say, hey, how's the deal looking? Everything looking good? Any chance this is gonna come back active? that's just a little extra so that we kind of get the jump on it if it does happen to be coming back on the market.
Right.
That's worked often. So that's another great feature of the search automations and how it works.
Yeah, yeah, I love our search engine. The search engine for us is
Cool.
top notch now.
All right, next one. CRM, client retention manager. Yeah, there's a couple different things. Customer retention manager. Basically, that is our operating system. That's where we keep all our clients' data, their search requirements, their past history, their their family members, birthdays, home anniversaries, prior market analysis that we've done on the properties. It's just it whole houses all of this information that's historically communications with you, so that we can know from past conversations, past communication, text, email, everything, what's going on. There are automations to our CRM that will auto respond to you or automatically send you communications based on kind of where you're at with us at the time. If you're a past client, it's just going to feed you automated, some manual, me actually sending you stuff, or Vince, or whoever your agent is.
Yep.
But some of it's just automated. Hey, like, here's some information about how the market's going right now, or just even just a check-in we can automate it because, as long as I've been doing the business, I have hundreds of past clients. With all the current stuff that's going on, I can't, it stinks. I love to, and I try to do the best I can, but we need help staying in communication with you just to check in. Send you stuff to say, hey, do you need a contractor? Because we have a list of all kinds of contractors. So it really helps us stay in communication, both manually, gives us history, and moving forward based on your criteria. If you're a current active buyer, there's stuff that's keeping you informed of as the market changes while you're active, things like that. So other things that you
and based on your activity too, right? So
Yep.
if you haven't been on our website in 30 days and we haven't communicated with you in 30 days, and all of a sudden you come back and you start looking at properties, it's going to send you an automated message. It's going to look like it came from one of us, but it's going to be automated. We have, as a team, we have over 4,000 contacts in our CRM of people that our agents have worked with, done deals with, people that have inquired about properties, either through one of our Facebook, social media platforms, or realtor.com, sold.com, homes.com, a sign inquiry, all these different ways that we capture information. Over 4,000 contacts, if we can't stay in contact, we can't pay attention to who's looking at properties all the time. So if you come back, you're gonna get an automated email and text message from us, which makes it a little bit easier. And then we're notified, hey, Brad Brewer just looked at a property at 111 Main Street.
Yeah, it does. So it does ping us so that then we can engage you directly. But
Yep.
at least that initial, it helps us with initial. It's kind of like an artificial intelligence or automated assistant.
Yeah. Yep.
And there are actually some programs out there with certain systems that
Raya
with
Ylopo.
with Ylopo, where there is artificial intelligence there, and Raya is a artificial intelligence virtual assistant.
Yep.
Will actually communicate back and forth with you for us.
Right.
Now we don't currently use Ylopo, but that is a product that's out there that
some agents may use.
Yeah.
The great thing about our CRM, though, I think for us is it's all of our client information in one spot. So if you send us a pre-approval letter, we upload it right to our CRM, and it's saved under you. So then, as even an agent, a real estate agent, whatever it might be, somebody, whatever business you are in, it allows you to have all of your data. If you're an insurance, a lender, whatever it might be, the CRM is key to keeping your clients organized. I mean, yeah, you can use an Excel file. Okay. You can use, just Google Docs, whatever it might be, Google Sheets, but this is a lot more, this is just more organized all in one spot. So it's a great little feature for us to kind of stay on top of our business.
Exactly. the next two, I'm kind of gonna group these together because we've kind of already covered one of them, which is home valuation reports. There's some automation that through property search stuff like Real Scout through the CRM. So home values is in there. Also, there's just in general, AI, artificial intelligence platforms becoming more and more a part of helping not just our type of business, but all businesses in a form of automation in their business.
Yep.
So I don't know what type of, if you guys are using artificial intelligence type things like Chat GPT or whatever, but they're becoming very, very useful. I think across the board. I know we use it in a couple different things from helping us write certain stuff because, you write 1,000, listing descriptions.
Yeah.
You feel repetitive,
They start to sound the same.
because we all talk a certain way.
Right.
Certain words phrases that I use commonly.
Yeah.
You say
Before
that-
Chat GPT, I bet you if you look up all Brad's previous listings, they're all gonna have like the same,
That's the same
little
thing.
phrase
Like,
in
I can
there.
only say like spacious so many ways. I can only say, but ChatGPT can make it look prettier and
Yeah.
uses more fancier words that are in my little brain. So it's becoming
Peanuts,
so,
people, peanuts.
so and there's just a lot of different ways. Some of our advertising that you see out there, we
Chat GPT, buddy.
ChatGPT, artificial intelligence has written that because it also it comes down to, which I think the point of all of these today, by the way, is how it helps you save time so you can focus on, well, quite frankly, focus on your clients
Or
customers,
whatever it might be, right?
or just giving you a little more time with your family, or giving you a little more time to say do a wonderful passion like golf that we have.
I mean, I guess so, I'll add to that a little bit, Chat GPT and automation. And,
Mhm.
you mentioned Facebook advertising, automating your social media. Yeah, I was talking to a lender the other day and she was sitting down and she was doing all of her social media posts for the next 2 weeks. There are programs out there such as Loomly, Hootsuite.
Hootsuite, that's the one I couldn't remember last week.
Hootsuite.
Thank you.
Hootsuite. There are automated programs out there that you can automate your social media. And you spend an hour doing it on a Monday. Now you don't have to worry about doing it for the week, right?
Yeah.
So automate that. Get it out there, get it in front of people, so it's easier for you in the long run. The other automation that we're seeing a lot of people doing just in their everyday life, not even in their business, ordering their groceries online and just driving and picking them up.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah. Like
No.
that is kind of, it's not really an automation, but it's something that's going to make your life easier. That is, I guess it's an automation, right? The grocery store has figured out a way to automate your shopping.
Yep.
Right? They put your favorites in front of you consistently. You could save your favorites. Like if you always get 1% milk, you can always have that in your shopping cart, right? So there's ways you can automate that, but just not in your business, but in your everyday life. How can you make automation easier for you?
Another one that I just thought about that we use in our business, I think would be very useful is, training people on not just training them in how to a skill, just training them on a process. So we use a tool called Loom,
Yep.
where on a computer you can share your screen to whatever you're training something on. And we've been using this and we're setting it up for like our procedures. Instead of having, 4 agents on our team call and I have to go over each of it individually, just from the initial training portion, it's like I'd say, hey, go watch. I could send them a link to like, hey, go watch this video on how to start your transaction management of a new deal. Watch that, do that, and then come back to me with then specific questions if you need some assistance. It saves a lot of time for me, for you, and it's also a very quick link. So we all learn differently. I learned that very much so by watching and doing. So I may not get it all the first time. So if I go do something a second time, I can go back to that same video and
Right.
watch that instead of going to my manager or something like that. So that's a huge thing too, is like recording your training systems and having that stuff kind of automated as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if you're a small business and you want in Loom, you can do the free version or you can do the paid version. It's
Mhm.
not that expensive, $10 a month, right? Um, but let's say you, as a small business owner, are, you want to train your staff on how to, use the new POS system, register, whatever it might be.
Mhm.
You can do a Loom video on it and then share it. Because today it's really hard to get all of your staff together. That what if you could train them through a Loom video, share it with them, be like, hey, this is how you do it, and you'll know that they watched it because you'll see it. So then if there's issues down the road, you can be like, Brad, you watched this video 5 times. How in the heck could you screw up logging into your computer, right? Oh,
Why I gave the example of doing it 2 times in month. I usually learn. I'm a second time learner, people. Sometimes one, but if you're 5 times, it happens.
yeah. So, I mean, there's, we're not just talking real estate here, guys. We're talking about business in general, your everyday life. Heck, wives, you could do a Loom video on how to train your husband to read the calendar. Son of a gun, how great would that be?
I'm not gonna go there.
Brad's like, I know how to read a calendar, but my wife, on the other hand.
I was gonna do another thing of a video on training my wife on something, but I'm just not gonna go
Let's
there.
not go there today.
'Cause she has so many other great, wonderful qualities that it's just not, it was a laundry thing, but I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah,
I
so
did laundry once, and occasionally she tries to help and I tell her like, I just don't. So I think I get it, we're role reversed there, like, I know, it's probably used, I don't know what's usual, but it seems like according to our friends, a lot of times the females of the relationships of our friends do the laundry. Cause the women are particular about how their laundry's done. It's total opposite. I'm super particular about how predominantly my golf shirts and pants are washed and how they're handled. So that they prevent wrinkles.
instead, I just trained my wife. I gave her a Loom video.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I just go with on that one. She does so many other things. She's our primary cook, unless it's on the smoker.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that, but or I make a mean spaghetti and meat sauce. But she's our primary cook. She does a lot of the other stuff around the house, interior wise. That's my one thing. I'll keep it. But when she tries to help, I'm just gonna be like, don't do that.
Talking about automation, I'm throwing another one
Love
out
that.
there that's great for small businesses out there. There are systems out there that you could send thank you cards, thank you gifts, things like that to your clients that are, you just add add a little information, hit send, and they're getting a box of chocolates, right?
Oh, yeah.
How, just things like that. It's simple things to kind of keep people in mind and automated and being, thankful for them bringing their business to you, whatever it might be. There are programs out there that will definitely, there's AM cards or send out cards. Both those companies work great if you want to, send all of your past clients a card once a year on the day that they bought their brand new pair of, shoes or their first haircut. I mean, it's a great way to stay connected because we all get so many emails. What are other avenues that people could go down to stay connected?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great one I kind of forgot about was like gifts and cards and stuff like that. Those are definitely automated
Yeah.
services I know in our industry, and I know in others as well. So that's a good example.
Yeah. Let's touch on real quick before we wrap up processes and transaction management. This is a huge one for us because it really, I have a property that just went under contract on Friday officially, and we have a system. We use Asana.
Mhm.
Asana is very similar to Monday, Trello, different task management programs out there that really help you stay organized. And guys, this is not just for your business. You can use it for your home life too.
Mhm.
All these have free versions. So Monday, and we get no kickback for announcing these. I love sharing this stuff, but I mean, it'd be nice if we did, right? But you can, hey, every Monday, you need a task that says get garbage out, or every Tuesday, don't forget to sign the kids, paperwork saying that they did all their homework, or sign up for camping trips, whatever it might be. It's a great tool. Some people use Google, some use Alexa. or Amazon, but Asana for us is the key.
Yes, and there's all kinds of different types that are similar to Asana. Monday, Trello, like that's mentioned, things like that. What I like about it is there's manual pieces. So when we have a transaction like Vince mentioned that goes under contract, you know, there's client communication. Part of that could be automated with text templates, email templates. You can't automate a phone call, so those are manual. But a lot of it, due dates and deadlines, you can say, if this, then that, you can set up a lot of stuff to automate it. Again, just from that management side for you. Ultimately, these all boil down to, they give you time back.
Right.
So I think that's kind of the important thing behind it. So for us, transaction management systems, but you have transactions in your whole life. Vince gave some great examples at home, like, using it for your shopping list, using it for home projects. All these, by the way,
Yeah.
I've done. Kind of like priorities for the month. I track books I want to read. I have a list in Asana of like books I want to read, stuff like that.
You
So,
should share those with me because I'm looking for a new book.
okay.
Small.
All right.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
keeping it secret. Okay. Okay, I'll share. That's the other thing too. You can have collaborators on these too. So if you're like if it's a family,
Right.
you can have private lists, you can have collaborations. Though Vince and I use it all the time for here at work. Things we collaborate on, we add each other so that if one of them does it, then the other one doesn't have to, and we can and you can communicate within it.
Right.
And all these, by the way, like whether it's Asana, Trello, Monday, you can even communicate within them. So all your notes and communications about a project are, so we do it all the time with our operations person, Andrea, who handles a lot of our transaction management. Just kick her a message and say, hey, here's a quick update on this one, change the due date, this happened, we did an amendment here, whatever. So it just really streamlines it so that you don't have to get into long text conversations, email. It also cleans it up because it keeps it in a space where it's supposed to be. Problem with email is you could have 3 different emails chains going about the same thing and stuff gets lost.
Right.
Text messages saying, I'm historically bad at this. And I apologize because someone may or may not listen to this at some point and be like, yeah, he's done that to me. I have. If my worst habit is I'll see a text, I'll hit it, and it's something I need to respond to. I'll click on it and then it gets lost in the sea of text messages. So I kind of have a new rule now, like I don't touch a text unless I'm prepared to respond to it if it needs to be responded to. But I still fail. I already clicked on 2 texts this morning that I have to respond to and I didn't. So I need to make sure I do that because by 5 o'clock this evening, they'll be down,
Right.
several swipes down and I'll lose it. So anyway, those are just different ways that you can, automate yourself, automate your communications, automate your processes, automate your communications within your organization, outside your organization. I'd love to hear, non-real estate wise, we have a lot of real estate examples. Yes, some of our stuff, the Asanas, the Trellos, like that can definitely cross businesses. We'd love to hear in comments, call us. Again, if you want to join us, we're going to start booking other businesses town. We want you to come talk about your business. That's why we moved over to this Facebook group,
This platform. Yep.
The Burlington, Wisconsin Shop Local. It is this whole page is about supporting advertising and communications about small business.
And not only does it hit the Shop Local page, but we also we use a third party. They turn it into a YouTube video for us, and then then we share it on our YouTube page. We'll share it with you as a small business, so you can send it out to all of your clients or customer base. But it's a great way to let the locals know who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to reach out to us, guys.
So I'm gonna leave this on one more thing and then we're gonna sign off here. We've got our first podcast that we broadcast from the Shop Local page is still posted at the top. of this group. We mentioned we'd really like to change the name, Burlington, Wisconsin Area Shop Local. It does the shopping part about shopping, but we really want to emphasize the support for small business in a number of different ways. Couple of name changes that have come have been Small Business Alliance. I don't really like that one because it was my idea, so I can share it.
I was like,
That was one of my ideas. I don't like it because it doesn't talk about the shopping part.
right.
So another one I did like was Shop Small, Shop Burlington, or Shop Small, Shop Burlington, to cover like the Burlington.
Okay.
We do definitely go beyond Burlington area. I think we definitely cover southeastern Wisconsin.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
And we definitely have businesses that advertise that are all over, including Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
I think that would be considered the Burlington area. So maybe shop small, shop local, I know, but we need something to identify it. So I don't know if it's shop small, shop
Let's
Wisconsin.
put a deadline on this because Brad's been asking about this way too long.
Yeah, I want to get this finalized.
By March 22nd, we will have this done.
I like that. I don't know
March
why you picked that-
22nd.
I don't know why you picked that date, but
Because then I go on spring break and I'll be on a cruise. So we're gonna have this done so you guys don't have to hear about it anymore after spring break.
perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Hey, have a great week. I'm Vince Duval with Eagle Homes, brokered by Caldwell Banker, and
I'm Brad Brewer with all those things. Enjoy this early spring weather we're having. I hope it stays.
have a great week, everyone. Bye.